Hello out there, you're welcome to the newspaper review here on TAF TV, where we give you the opportunities to see and hear every single reactions of Nigerians regarding the headlines that are making rounds on our newspaper. Hey yo, Kama is my name. Now, just like we do it, let's hit to the headlines and see what the headline has for us today. First on our headlines, we're considering the Vanguard. And the bold headline here says on the Vanguard on page 20, why grains importations won't happen soon by stakeholders. Details of that is found on page 20. Sub-story under the Vanguard says, scarcity, NNPC blames distribution channels. Details of that is found on page 22. All right, now sub-story under the Vanguard on page 10 says, Sirip to Akpabio, disclose monthly running costs of NASS. Details of that is found on page 10. Now, still on page 10, we are seeing OPIC license, Omasun, Otomi, Bika over contract violation. Details of that is found, like Ella said, on page 10 of the Vanguard. Now, still on the Vanguard on page 11, it says, LP, APC rejects Soludo's proposed local government post head to court. You can read that up on page 11. Minimum wage. We won't accept unauthorized recruitment into agencies, says federal government. Details of that is found on page 8. Now, moving on, we're seeing bad economy, drop in passenger traffic on settled domestic airlines. You can read that up on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, moving on, we're considering the Punch. And the bold headline here says, food crisis may worsen as flood hits 10 states. Details of that is found on page 2. NNPC battles depending fuel scarcity. Black market booms. Details of that is found on page 23. Sub-story under the Punch still says, presidential jets are building consult federal government as Otomi tackles Amosun. Details of that is found on page 42 of the Punch. Federal government eyes $2 billion. Federal government eyes $2 billion from local dollar bond sales. Details of that is found on page 26 of the Punch. Moving on page 8, it says fake degrees. Federal government orders universities to submit matriculation list. You can read that up on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Police detectives hunt 20 varsity students at Doctors. Details of that is found on page 44. Akwa Ibom communities groan as fresh oil spill pollutes water is found on page 5. Minister promises APC's Okpeholo's Edo North block vote. Details of that is found on page 9. All right, lastly for today, we're considering the Daily Sun. And on page 27, it says, Rivers explosion. Police identifies dynamic detonator. Details of that is found on page 27 of the Daily Sun. Now, the bold headline under the Daily Sun says, IGP's tenure. New law sparks tension in police. Details of that is found on page 4. Moving on, still on the Daily Sun, it says, Ohaneze extols Obasanjo, Sanu Olu for slumming Igbo must go protesters. Details of that is found on page 28. Now, sub-story under the Daily Sun still reads, again, PDP, APC trade words over Ali's harassment, unlawful arrest in Edo by police. You can read that up on page 28 of the Daily Sun. All right, moving on, still on the Daily Sun, on page 24, it says, petrol scarcity wasn't as federal government, marketers, trade blames. Details of that is found, like I said, on page 24. Seized presidential jet, Omasun, Otomi fight over cancelled contract is found on page 25. Zeman accepts 88 wraps of cocaine as NDLEA intercepts drugs in noodles at MMAI. Details of that is found on page 5. Lastly, on the Daily Sun, it says, self-centered leadership running Nigeria, says Obasanjo. Now, you can read other details still on the Daily Sun. All right, that's all we're taking regarding the headlines that are making rounds this very day. Remember, you also can be part of the show. Do well to slide to our comment sections and drop your reactions, just like every single Nigerians out here. Now let's hit to the streets and hear the reactions of Nigerians. Do well to stay tuned. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Now, it's good to have you. Now, quickly on the Daily Sun, it says self-centered leadership running Nigeria. Now, this is coming from our ex-president, president of Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, ask you as a Nigerian, do you think it's okay for an ex-president to say this to a running president?
Yeah, for me, I think he's saying this based on his own experience. Yeah, for far back, he has ruled Nigeria, and he has also experienced a lot of riches about Nigeria. And as a leader, I believe on his own tenure, he lead well. Yeah. Then for acting leaders here, a lot of them are only there for their selfish interests, and for whatever people would love to say. I believe that for Bola Tinubu as a present leader right now, I don't think it's just only for his own selfish interest. Yeah, for me, he's trying, but for the panel and the cabinets of the leader working with him, I believe that some of them, they are also doing it for their self-interest. But for Obasanjo, I think he's right. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's an experienced leader, and he's also an intellectual leader. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's right. Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's good to have you around.
Thank you.
All right, now quickly on the Daily Sun, it says IGP's extension, new law sparks tension in police. I want to ask this sincere question. Our police officers now fighting?
Well, you know, everything in Nigeria have become politics.
Okay.
Ranging from the, let's say, the people that are supposed to be our fathers, our kings, and our
Respected persons.
Yes, respected persons in the community have now become politicians. Politics have moved in the sense that it's now in our law, in our this law enforcement and our military, police, and everything. Everything has become politics. Instead of them to be looking for means, as it is now, we know that yes, there is insecurity in the country. Ranging for the fact that a lot of people are hungry, and a lot of people are willing to do so many heinous things to feed. You understand? Instead of them to be looking for ways to protect Nigerians, and to protect life and property, which is their basic duties. You understand? They are now fighting for ranks. You understand? They want extension. It has become a chieftaincy title. You understand? This is something that you're supposed to be there for a range of time. You go so that another person will come in, but you want to stay there forever. What are you doing there? What have you done so far that you're fighting for extension of time? You understand? If you have done a good things so far, fighting for extension of time, in fact, the masses will fight for you. They say they want you to be there because you have done something tangible. But what has he done? All this while he has been there. Why is he fighting for extension? Just to extort money, to store money for their unborn children. They are not even fighting for the right of the masses. They are fighting for their own personal interests. Yes, I think that is why they are fighting to be there.
Okay, so at this point, it looks like, just like you rightly said, it has become a norm. Now, the big question is, let's not look as if we will keep attacking. We will keep attacking our leaders so much. Don't you think that if you give them more time, they will be more efficient? Okay, let's not try. Let's try to make excuses for them. Let's give them more time, and they'll be more efficient. What's your take on that?
Talking of more time, which time do you need to do things you have not done? You have not done before. You understand? Because your primary assignment, as you've been neither appointed or elected in an office, is for the interest of the people. So I don't see reason why you be there doing nothing. Then when it's your time for you to leave, you want extension of time. It doesn't make any sense. You understand? Your first appointment, your first assignment, being in that office, is for the interest of the people. As a police officer, your interest is to protect your activity. Your duty is to protect the interests of the people, life and property. So all this while you have not done these things, and you're now requesting for more time. More time for what exactly?
I want you to also pick it from this angle. Our attitude of going back to our bill, our 1999 constitution, for example, to amend it to favor the current situations, to favor extension, because this extension of IGP's tenure, they are falling back to the law to actually amend it to fit into an extension of this. Do you think it's actually right that each time we want something done to should I say a particular set of persons, we fall back? I know it is okay to fall back to our constitution, but having to amend it that doesn't get to favor the people, do you think it's okay that way?
It is not okay at all. First thing first, before we come back to this, your question. There was a time, our Christian leaders, they brought about the idea of rewriting the constitution. I think that would be a better idea, because every time we tend to amend constitution is because they always, when they have seen something that they need, something that they have picked interest to, something that will be of advantage to them, they want to amend the constitution so that they will be able to, get what they want, so that the law will not be against what they are doing. You understand? They always run back. It's good running back to your constitution to make the people know that what you're doing is right, is legal. But now, they are not doing this for the interest of the people. It's also always for their own interest. That is why they always run back to go amend. I know it's not easy rewriting the constitution, but I think the idea of rewriting the constitution would have been better, instead of always running back to go and amend, to extort the people. They're always writing constitution, amending the constitution to extort the masses.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
It's good to have you around.
Thank you.
All right, now quickly on the Daily Sun, it says IGP's extension. New law sparks tension in police. Now our IGP's office are seeking for an extension in office. Now I want you to look at it as a Nigerian. Is it always okay that our leaders seek for an extension of office?
Actually, it's not that okay, because why it's not okay is that at least that month that they give you, or at least even a year, you understand, you're supposed to know what you do, and then to be perfect on it. It's not when your time or your regime expire, you need to, you understand, for them you have to stay it. So it's not okay for my own thought and to my own view. It's not okay, yeah.
Now, do you think this present administration has been very selfish to itself? Just like what Obasanjo said here, that this present administration has been very, very selfish. They don't have the people in heart.
For me, I see that what the former president says is right. It's right because the way people are suffering, and they don't have anything in mind for the masses, and I believe what he's saying is truth. Yeah.
So what's your advice to what is there hope for Nigeria? Let's take it from that angle.
Nigeria, I believe there is hope. There is hope. If the president can do more of what the last time the protests and everything, things have not changed. But I believe there is hope. He can still do something out. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning.
It's always good to have you.
Yeah, this is me, Ospark. Good morning, man.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, quickly on the Daily Sun, it says self-centered leadership running Nigeria. Now, this is coming from our ex-president Obasanjo. Do you think is actually correct when he said our leaders are ruling for themselves, not for the people?
No, it's not correct.
Okay.
When was he ruling?
Okay.
Is he ruling for himself? He's ruling for the nation. Now, he changed his statement. Say he's ruling for themselves. That means he's ruling for himself. The only thing Obasanjo did to us is to bring this handset. Apart from this nonsense, Obasanjo do nonsense. People suffered. I know that the economy is done that, but now, they cannot tell us that. We cannot believe him. Because they have benefit from there. Water farm is Nigerian money. But the only claim water farm says his own. Who are you? Where your father work? Where your mother work? Before that water farm, before you open up, begin talk to Nigeria. No, we cannot accept that. No, it's wrong. It's wrong.
So now,
you cannot talk that.
Now, being an ex-leader, don't you think he's actually looking at it from a higher perspective? Like he don't see Nigeria in a large range. So now make an talk say people where they rule.
Obasanjo already himself knows in Nigeria. We are full. That is why they fool us. Okay. What he did is to bring handset for us, to convince people in Nigeria. No, we will not accept that. Okay. We will not accept his comment.
So now say of late now, Tinubu they talk say the economy no favor him. based on the time where Obasanjo been there. You feel say now based on how things don't change, now make everywhere don't hard.
Any government that enter this country will change its own.
Okay.
Good Lord, all of them they change. Good Lord brings us fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy is working normal. Now,
it's different.
Yeah, it's different. Check the fuel price of fuel at that time. You check everything. You know that the economy is good. If you can carry a car, you can move out, you can do everything necessary thing. It's a market, meat, you buy everything is good. But now, no, it's worse. Even the fuel subsidy, we need that fuel subsidy. So Nigeria will be good. If not, we are buying for 1,100 now. What do you want us to do again?
Okay. So now you're saying it is based on the person where they rule, Abi?
Yes.
Okay. No.
It's
not be by the economy.
Not by the economy. It's for the man now, the male.
The president.
Tinubu is the problem of this country now. We cannot be moving every day. Things we high. Look at rice. Before you eat food, we eat 3,000. Before you be okay. So I'm not okay. Any moment I can give up. How can I spend 2,000 every day for eat food? 2,500. No, it's not that day now. Thank you, Nigeria.
Thank you.
This is my house park, Sanity, Romodo. I thought it's my name. This is my house. I cannot tell people like.
All right, we've come to the end of our newspaper review here on TAF TV. You'll be opportunity to see and hear what the Nigerians got to say regarding the headlines. Why not slide into our comment section and show your reaction just like every single Nigerians out here. Remember, this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. And your comments, my name. Do well to take care of yourself. See you next time.